Hi, how's everybody doing? I just got back from Penang where I did a sketching workshop with 13 wonderful souls. We walked about, we ate our way through Penang, and we did a whole bunch of exercises over 6 classes. Um, Tremendous fun, and I want to share with you. Let's go. One of my favorite lesson is to talk about when it comes to travel sketching. At least, I like to talk about icon hunting. I have some stickers that I gave out for my students, like so, where I show them. For example, this is Bangkok, where I am right now. I'm actually in Bangkok at the moment, and I will go in and do little doodles of small icons like that. And I talk about how to draw small, and then color them with not much of a distinction in that sense. And even if they were to draw like a cup of coffee or tea, they can just draw very simply using that. So that was lesson number one. And I discovered that I could give them little notes like this. For example, this is my one line doodle, where I try to incorporate the one line doodle with the icon hunting. And after a couple of demos, I send them off to go icon hunting. The second lesson was about sketching this building. Uh, I will stick in a photo here to show you. This is the abandoned Malayan Railroad building with its clock tower. The clock time has been stuck at 10:40 for like the longest time. Every time I see it, it's still at the same time. And when I was just playing around with this, again, I had a couple of stickers that I gave out. And the idea is to sketch an impression rather than sketch something with too much detail. And well, that's one of the things that I think students struggle with because they put too much details in and it becomes too, well, actually ugly, actually. And I discovered it was kind of fun to give out stickers like this, where the students can take them out and put them into their sketchbooks. These are the icons stickers that I have, remnants of whatever was left of it. And then whenever I talk about some notes like one line doodles, I give them this. I even gave them the Daniel Smith color chart. And it was kind of fun to just give it out and even have like basic sketching and things like essential supplies and things like that. Kind of fun. Here's a copy of my Bangkok book, and you could see that I put so many of my icons in it. And it's kind of fun to be able to repeat that. Even in little doodles like that, you could see a lot of the icons are in my sketchbook. By the way, you can still buy a copy of this book on my website. The link is in the description below. And then the next lesson was about drawing figure. Essentially, there's three level of drawing people. There is this figure or full figure, and then there is the tiny humans or tiny figures like so. And then of course there's portrait. I personally don't do portrait. I mean, I'm not a portrait person. I think it takes years to get portrait to a decent level. So the exercises in one of the lesson was to look at these two. Very quickly, I talk about where the horizon line is. If the artist is standing, the heads of your subjects are all hanging like a cloth lines. And if you are seated, the artist is seated, you would see all your subjects, their navels are on the horizon line. Of course, you have to adjust for people who are sitting and for kids and so on. And if your head is on the floor for whatever reason, you will see everybody like giants, like so. Here's more icon from Penang, my laksa, the trishaw, chendol, and the char kway teow. And I wrote a little note for myself. Icons is a form of summary and appreciation of the place, a connection, a link, a moment of time. Let me do a demo of the tiny figure drawing. Basically, if you are drawing on a horizon and you're standing, and assuming this is a horizon, you would find that a tiny figure can be drawn with big or small. What hangs them together is actually the eyes, because assuming it is also your eye level that you are drawing. So the largest head should be drawn first, and the smaller head, this is probably about the same, right? And you can add hands as you see fit, the shoulder. That's your tiny figure. Let's just do more, right? And assuming it's a crowd, the head is small, you can do this. Yeah, that's the figure. And if you want to put something like, for example, if you want to put more figures, you could just keep adding the head, but using different sizes. Of course, you have to adjust for height. So a taller chap might be like so, and you can see that immediately there's already a sense of taller, tall, and so on and so forth. There's some kind of basic rules or idea. Generally, I draw women a little bit, more like a smaller shape here than, say, more like a Superman hero. For men, this female and this is male. For legs, I would put like this for female, and for male, like so. Yeah. So that's kind of like basic ideas. And so, if, for example, for female, you might draw the head like so, right? And then add the hand as you see fit, right? Male would be like so. Right. Be very, very basic idea for tiny humans. All right, so I think that's all for this lesson for today. I really enjoyed Penang. I'll show you some of the photograph that we took, and then, yeah, you have a good one wherever you are. This is We Take Out for this week.